Hey guys, it's Ludix. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a green, like my top, makeup. I want to take a look inspired by Sophia Sinot, which is our Larsson's makeup artist. Here is the inspo. I want to try to recreate this look by putting my twist to it, of course. I bought these cute little clips on Amazon because my hair is always in the way. So, and it looks pretty cute. I look very professional right now. I like this. So, of course, I applied my primer, so that's done. Now I'm gonna go in with my favorite foundation, which, as always, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really like this foundation because it says medium coverage, but I think do not give it enough credit because it is very full coverage. But it's also very buildable. Like if you don't want too much coverage, you can put just one pump and you can build on top of it. The texture is great for my skin, which I really like. You can blend it very easily with a sponge or a brush. I personally like brushes better because I think it's more precise. You lose less product and it's just better, and I think they're more hygienic because I tried to clean my brushes every 2 videos, let's say. Like my eye brushes, I clean them every time, but like for foundation, concealer and everything, I clean them before every other video. So Zara Larsson always has a lot of blush, so I'm gonna go in with the Pinkgasm from Charlotte Tilbury, which is a cream blush because she always puts on a lot. I hate this packaging. I don't know how you guys use it, but I think it's disgusting. It dries down. The cap is pretty annoying to put on. Like they should have done like a twist. I don't really like it, and I can never put out enough product. Like the product looks great on the skin, just the sponge applicator is not ideal. I used it twice. This is how empty it looks. Like, this is just a joke, to be honest. I'm putting a lot because with powder and everything on top of that, it's gonna fade a bit. So with cream blushes, you can go ahead and have a heavy hand. Maybe this is a bit too heavy though. I'm gonna put some on my nose and here as well because I'm gonna put some pink on the bridge of my nose later on, but this is a bit too much. Maybe my hand was too heavy. And then off. Like this is just, it makes my fingers so dirty. And then what of the excess product? You just leave it on there? Like, I don't like the packaging. I love the product, but the packaging is bullshit. Sorry, Charlotte. And then concealer, as always. So as always, when I use cream blushes, I put down the concealer and then I go back in with the blush brush to blend it in. Because if I use the concealer brush, then it's gonna turn pink. So that when I do the other eye, my concealer will be pink, and it's not what I want. And then powder for the whole face. So I always blend out my forehead again because I have these lines that my mom gave me. Thank you, Mom. So every time I need to powder, I have to blend my forehead again. Or when I just do my makeup, I powder it straight away before blush or concealer so that I can set it without it creasing on my forehead because it looks like I'm 50 years old, which I'm not, I'm 22. And then powder the rest of my face with the puff and then a quick brush to remove the excess powder. And then, as always, first coat of setting spray. This makes sure my makeup lasts and that when I apply bronzer, like powdered bronzer, highlighter, or blush on top of it, it's going to stick to my face because it makes my face sticky again, because with all of that powder I'm putting on, which is essential for the makeup to last long, I really like, once I'm done with powder, to put a first mist of setting spray just so that everything just blends into my skin and it stays on during the whole day. So for brows, they're pretty easy. Ever since I did that 2016 versus 2026 makeup video, I tend to make my brows a bit thicker, which I am not mad at. I like it. I'm trying not to make them too thick, but just to fluff them up a little bit. It made me realize how nice I like it. Okay, maybe this is too thick. Okay, they're sisters, not twins. Okay, for eyeshadow, it's pretty simple. I'm not going to apply a base because I'm not going to do a very hard work on the eyes. I'm just going to take what's left of the concealer on my brush and just brush that. So Sophia Sinot uses a green. So I brought out 2 palettes because I don't know exactly which green. I took the Lord of the Rings X GLAMLITE because there are tons of greens and very pretty shimmers. And I also took out the MARTINE Cosmetics Mission Triple X, which also has tons of greens. So she did a makeup like it's green and then a bit gold. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the MARTINE Cosmetics first. I'm gonna go in with Gorman. Or no, I think I should take Parker. Cause if you put the 2 next to each other, like these ones are way more reflective than these ones. But these ones have more like interesting colors to them. So I don't know. Change of plans. I'm gonna put Dallas, which is the very, very green. I'm just gonna swipe that on my whole lid. And then I'm gonna apply some shimmers on top because I just want the green to pop out. So now that the green is down, I think I'm gonna go into Parker, which is this bright green. And then also I'm gonna put that all over my lid. Then she also has yellow golden. So I'm gonna go in with Brett and put the yellow everywhere basically where there's no green. So in the inner corner, at the front of the brow. I really like Sophia Sinot's makeup looks because they are pretty easy. Well, we're gonna see how much time it takes me to put down all the little. But like it's accessible to everyone. You just need like a colorful palette and then you can just go. I'm putting it underneath my brow. Like anyone can just take a palette and go. Like there's not, the blending is insane and the creativity is amazing. But there's no like limits. Like everyone can recreate these looks, which is what I really like. Like it's simple, but it took out the clean girl era, which I was personally very sick of. And I have a feeling like a lot of really like makeup lovers were sick of the clean girl aesthetic. Like it's great clean girl aesthetic if like you have to be wearing makeup for your job, because most jobs like you have to wear makeup as a woman, which I personally believe is very stupid. Like women should be able to do whatever the fuck they want with their body, but that's not the world we live in, unfortunately, even though we're fighting for it. So we went into that kind of like clean girl spiral, and it was great for a while to show people how to put makeup on in like a very seamless and easy way, but like it's been, I think 2021 to 2025, that was too much just to learn how to put on some liquid blush and concealer and bronzer. But that's just my opinion. Now that this is done, I'm gonna go in the GLAMLITE palette, and on top of the green I'm gonna put the Shire because it's a bit more reflective and I want to reflect. And then I think I'm going to take one ring, which is gold, for the yellow parts, because she has sparkles everywhere. So I'm going to go in the Shire first, which is a bright green. And we're just putting that mostly on the center. Oh no, you know what? Let's go crazy. I'm putting that everywhere. Thank you, GLAMLITE, for making such amazing shadows. Take fluffy brushes for everything because in this look, because I want the shimmers to be blended and I don't want like a clean cut. So taking the one ring and then just applying that on the parts where I applied some yellow. Wow, this looks very, very cool. So again, inner corner, underneath the front of the brow, and at the tail of the brow. Everywhere I put some yellow, I'm putting that golden shade. Now that we're done with eyeshadow, she has on a liner, black liner. So I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. I'm going to show you how I do my liner because I have hooded eyes and I do my liner a little bit differently. I'm going to line my lid. Put a line all throughout my lid. And then, important, wait for it to dry before I do the wing because I don't want the black line to transfer to my lid. And then, for the wing, I take the lower lash line kind of curve and I'm going to follow that curve for my wing. So in the makeup, she doesn't go really far, so I'm not going to go too far, or at least I'm going to try, because when you do your liner, you never know. That's why I personally stop breathing. So I'm just going to follow that curve. I don't want to go further than that. I think that's already a big liner. And then since I have hooded eyes, if I do my liner like this, when I close my eyes, it's going to look good. But when I open them, it's going to look bad. So I always trace my liner with my eye open. So this looks very weird. So now we're going to rearrange that connection. And then I'm just going to connect that to the line I previously did. And then I'm going to fill in the big wing. And see, it looks like I have a liner. I don't like eyeliners on me. Then mascara. Okay, so before I put on the false lashes or all the glitters, shimmers, sparkles, I'm going to do the face. So she has a very bronzed, blushed face. Look very pale right now. So bronzer. So I'm gonna apply it like she does. So she has a lot on the forehead because Miss Zara Larsson is bronzed because she went to the Bahamas or something to look this good. I do not have a chance to look this tan and I don't really like fake tans, so that's why I look so pale. I look like Casper the Ghost, which is okay, I accepted that. And then also underneath, yeah, it looks better with bronzer because Casper the Ghost cannot make a comeback. At least we're trying to keep him at bay. And then I go really far with the bronzer, but I'm going to just put the photo right here to show you that the bronzer actually goes really far on her forehead because the blush will come here. So I really put the bronzer where she does. And then, okay, I'm going to try to do the nose. So from what I can see, she has bronzer like here to kind of separate, and then on the bridge of the nose. It would be more contouring than bronzer, but I don't have contouring. So please make me go viral so I can buy some new makeup. Now blush. So she takes a very, very, very pink blush. So I have the Natural Beauty from Tarte, which is very pink. Just on the bridge of her nose. And then she has blush all over her temples. So I'm really going at it because it is very pink. I look very blushed right now. She is a bit more tan than me, so it might look better on her to be this blushed. But we are blind and we just believe in the end results. And we don't give a shit what people think. If you think I'm too blushed, well, that means you're not blushed enough. And then she took a white powder to enhance the nose and underneath her eye. So I'm going to take powder again with a puff and just going in here. And so for highlighter, she took a gold highlighter. The GLAMLITE one that I have, the one ring, might look perfect for that. So she put that everywhere. I'm just going to use my finger because she put it on the bridge of her nose and the tip of the nose. I will blend that. And then on the cheeks. So I bought on Amazon tons of little sparkles. ASMR. Which I can put on my eyes. So I think I will do a mix of all of those. Maybe not this one. But these three might look really nice. So I'm going to put a slow-mo while you watch me put all of those stickers down. So I will go in the middle of the eye with the darker ones, then going to the outside the lighter greens, and then on the outside the yellow. It is really not comfortable to wear. It might look pretty, but it's not comfortable. Like, I would not wear this all day. And it's very annoying to stick as well. Can you see how I'm putting my life in danger for you guys? Because this is very dangerous. Or maybe I just don't have the right technique, which might be it. What I'm thinking right now is how I am going to remove them. That is going to be funny. I'm gonna have this everywhere in my room when I'm gonna vacuum. I'm gonna get very pissed. I swear. This is not starting to become annoying at all. Oh, I have a darker green that got stuck to my hand. Not on my phone. Didn't I just glue it here? It just... I'm gonna hate these. I can feel it. They're just popping off. What is this? Okay, I don't care if the placement is not pretty. It is so annoying to glue that I just want to be done with this right now because I am starting to be... I am very impatient and this is testing me right now. That'll be all because I'm sick of this. So I am putting the Lily lashes in Little Mink and I will try to use tweezers to apply them. I like to apply them with my fingers. Okay, that was way easier than I expected. So repeating the same thing on the other eye. I don't really wait for this glue to dry because I tried it and this is the Essence Lash Glue Precise Application and it dries super fast. So you don't actually have to wait for the glue to dry before you can put the lashes on your eyes. I'm just going to reapply some mascara. And then for lips, she has a very dark brown contour and then very pink in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to be using the GLAMLITE lip pencil from the Mordor Lord of the Rings. So she has a pretty simple lip liner, so I'm just going to do that. So I'm not overlining my lips, but I'm just tracing the pencil where you see there's your lip and there's your skin and there's a little white line in between the two and that's where you want your pencil to go. And then I'm just going to color in a little bit so that I can blend it. So I take a brush and I blend the pencil in. The light just went very dark, but the sky is black right now above my house. And so for bottom, I do the same. I go in on the white line between my lip and my skin. And then filling it in to blend later. Okay, now that the liner is done, I'm going to take a pinkish lipstick and then gloss and then just put that in the middle and then blend it in with the liner, a little bit of gloss. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video of me trying to recreate a Sophia Sinot makeup. It was the first time I actually glued on some stickers on my eyes. It is not comfortable as well. It looks very pretty, very aesthetic. It's not comfortable. I could not wear this all day because I have very sensitive eyes and I can feel the glue sticking and it's also very heavy on the eyes. So it's fun for TikToks and videos and stuff, but I could not wear this all day. I don't know how Zara Larsson can actually perform in this eye look because it's a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for staying until the end and watching and subscribing to my channel and liking my videos if you enjoyed my content. I hope I'll see you in the next one and have a good one. Bye bye.